want to say congratulations to Bob and Mary. Fuck, you two are just fucking awesome. It is absolutely fucking fantastic to be at this wedding. I gotta say, there is no finer couple out there than I've ever met in my fucking life. I shit you not. I know I've done time in jail and my drug addiction problems have been really kind of all over the place. But Bob, you have been sticking by me forever. And Mary, I know you don't know me from a hole in the wall, but I suppose that has something to do with that Down syndrome thing that you got going on. I don't know. But and Bob, listen, I will get you a new leg, I promise. I'm so sorry that I ran over that prosthetic. It was really fucked up, but I was drunk, as you know, and I'm off the drink. Like, empty glass right here. I know I'm going to have one later, just one, but it'll be all right. Don't worry. It'll be okay. But I just wanted to give this wedding speech and wish you the best of fucking luck. I mean, I know Uncle Roy would be sitting back in heaven up there looking down, probably fucking a steer or something, but like, it's all right because he'd be so proud of you, Bob, and good luck to both of you, and for God's sakes, don't fucking have children.
Green screens, fun for the whole family, but there are some tricks to using a green screen in regards to how you light it and how you edit it. A couple things I want to show you here is I've got a light right here and a light right here, and they are focused on the screen. You want to light it as evenly as possible, and then my main light back behind the camera that's actually lighting me, or in this case, Andrew. Now let's show you how to edit the green screen.
Right, here we are in Premiere Pro, and as you can see, I've got Andrew on the screen and the green screen back behind him. How do we set that backdrop? Well, first thing you want to do is make sure the video that has the person with the green screen's on an upper layer, because the underneath layer is going to be where the image is actually going to go. Go over to your effects and look for Ultra key, and you drag and drop that onto your timeline. And now in your effects panel you can see we have Ultra key. First thing we want to do is select key color, this little dropper here, and click on our green screen. What you want it to do is mask out basically all the green. We've got a little green on the edge of him and it's a little choppy. This is kind of one of those keys why you need to try to light it as evenly as possible, and if you can, light it so you've got some backlighting on the person so as to not get that reflective green onto them, which is what we have here. Now you want to switch output to alpha channel, so go from composite, alpha channel, and this is going to turn everything into this black and white. And what we want is everything that you don't want solid black. So notice we've got all this white down here. We're going to need to fix that, and how we do that is we're going to expand the matte generator, and we're going to start kind of playing with the adjustments, the highlights and the shadows. Now, there we go. So now we're getting some nice shadows. You want to be careful. Notice if I drag it down too much, we get into him, and we don't want that to go out of the way. So I'm going to go right about there. And let's take a look at our tolerance. I'm going to crank that up just a little bit. With these settings, it's really just kind of playing around with it. There's no, at least that I've found, there's no tried and true method, or, you know, set one thing to a certain percentage or whatever. You just kind of got to play around with it and look at it as best as you can. Okay, now I've got it pretty close to where I want it. So let's grab my image, and I'm going to try this image here. And I just drag it on the underneath layer, so notice it's underneath my video layer. And we're going to switch our Ultra keying back, or sorry, we're going to switch our output back from alpha channel to composite. So now we've got this nice sunset picture back behind him. The picture itself's not in the same format, that's no worries. Just grab your image and adjust the scaling as you need. Looks pretty good. Now that we have the backdrop, I'm going to zoom into his hand here a little bit, and you notice we have this kind of green spill is basically what it is. That's where the light is bouncing off the green backdrop onto him. To clean that up, you're going to use your spill suppression. So you select that. So you just kind of got to play with it and get it as best as you can. where I'm willing to accept it. There's still quite a bit of spill there, so let's see if we can't get rid of a little bit more of that. Right about there. And notice his color is a bit off. That's no problem. We can play around with it. Saturation a little bit. And whoops, too much on there. You just kind of got to be real subtle with some of these. There we go. Now I'm pretty happy with that. There's not a lot of green coming around the hand or the edge of him. You can do a lot more in regards to adding some lighting effects and trying to kind of get it look like the lighting matches up. But this is the basic of green screen, and that is how you do it. Alt key. Hope you found this useful, and as always, be sure to subscribe for more, share, like, leave comments, you know, the whole YouTube shebang.